Took my ex's virginity and it was bomb AF. She loved it, I did too, and I come out the bedroom to a crowded front room. Her entire family was there, like, OMG, thank you, we thought she'll never meet a guy. We thought she was going to be a lesbian. They were hugging me and stuff, LOL. Yeah, and then you left out the part where her mom was so happy that she actually went and sucked you off. Yeah. What's going on, Moderchodes? It's your boy Long Neil back again with another new video, and in today's video we're going to be going over the hot posts from r/thatHappened. Let's get into it. My boss told me, please don't hit on the new designer that we hired. She's really hot. I already told her she's not allowed to fall in love with you. I think this is a good sign that I'm doing something right when people around me assume hot women will fall for me. Or, hear me out, it's a good sign that they think you're a sleazeball and that she gets around and they don't want to deal with the drama of your guys' quote-unquote breakup in a week. Went into that store once and started looking around. A sales clerk asked if she could help me find something, and I said, yeah, the door please. These prices are ridiculous and my time is valuable. Her jaw dropped and I left, LOL. You must have a really low-paying job. I think you were trying to be funny, but this came off as exceptionally snotty. Okay, Karen. I just overheard this little white girl in Starbucks say, China has too many people anyways. What's so bad about coronavirus? And I whipped my head around just to see she is sitting behind an Asian guy who heard her and then turns around and coughs on her. I swear her soul left her body. You know, for some reason, I actually believe this. OMG, I just went to the gynecologist today and I am so embarrassed. She was going around telling everybody in the office that I had the tightest punani she's ever seen. Why would she just put my business out there like that? Well, she probably wouldn't unless she was calling dibs, so good for you. A nephew on punishment for the rest of 2020. Somebody come look at this. Hey, this could actually be true as long as the one thing that she left out is that her nephew's 35 years old and lives alone. I forgot to pick the kids up from school earlier. I thought they got kidnapped. We have your children. What are your demands? Are you crazy? This is the daycare. We closed at 5. Come get these kids. Dang, I'm tripping. On my way. Yeah, you must be tripping off something real good to make this story up in your head. One time, my friend Brandon's dad and his mom were in a heated argument in the car, and she took his Kid Rock CD out of the player and threw it out the window with rage. And he looked her dead in the eyes and pulled out a second copy of that same CD and put it back in the player. You know what? This is kind of believable, but it would make the story unbelievable if he said, and then the wife apologized for how outrageous she just acted. That never happens. Alright, so this whole story is about some kid who was wearing a Confederate flag hoodie. Let's see what this lady has to say about it. I just told off some kid in Luke's about his hoodie. Kid looked 21, tops. Told him that his hoodie made him look like a punk. He tried snapping at me. I told him he is nowhere near old enough to hold any kind of symbolic value to this. He was shook. The 2 black workers and 1 white worker laughed. The black family that was in there was so happy, they bought my drinks and Swisher for me. He just kind of moped off when he left. Sounds like a win to me. My boyfriend got into my car, and 5 minutes later, my younger sister said, I just think it's funny how you haven't complimented my very beautiful sister who spent time doing her makeup and picking out her outfit yet. Someone tell her to relax. Yeah, for some reason I don't doubt that this actually happened, and all I have to say to that guy is run. I remember being 8 years old and saying, I like cheese, unprompted, was the peak of comedy. Someone I went to school with, in a fit of randomness, sent an email saying, I like cheese, and selected the whole school group. Little did he know that the whole school group included not only every pupil, but every teacher, member of staff, the headmaster, and the board of governors. It was brilliant. Not sure what his punishment was, though. The classic one-upping. Your story's always going to be better than theirs, no matter what they say. My husband called into work this morning while I was asleep because he said he felt like I would need him today. I woke up from a horrible nightmare and he was right there waiting for me. This is my love language, anticipating my needs before I know what they are. Let's take a look at some of the comments. My love language is telepathy. I can sense that you would feel that way. Sounds like you two are made for each other, but I already knew that. Oh, I love when these people roast these fake stories. I accidentally told my friend the sweetest pickup line ever. She started talking about solipsism, the belief that everything around you is created by your mind, and I went, if everything around me is all my imagination, then you're the best thing I've come up with. She was speechless for a solid 5 minutes. Wow, that must have been a really awkward 5 minutes waiting to see how that pickup line landed. Yesterday, for real, the pilot said he needed to unplug the plane and plug it back in because something wasn't working. And I said, what is this, an airplane or a router? And everyone laughed so hard I got bumped up to first class. We already know this is fake because it started off with for real. Who tells a real story starting off with for real? What? The fact that this person thinks that this joke was funny is astounding. I feel like he would be standing on a seat and shouting, and what I said is this! LOL, yup, I can see the flight attendants cackling with glee, and then one comes over after gaining composure and saying, sir, what you just did was extraordinary. For your brilliant joke, we're upgrading you to first class. This is when the other passengers picked him up and carried him to the front, much like Ralphie getting an A+ in A Christmas Story. The other week I was in the gym and Lonely Day came on the radio. I stopped what I was doing and so did everyone else. Then we all sang this song in full before going back to working out. Pretty crazy how we all did what we did. Great moment for everyone involved and couldn't be any more ironic. Yep, this is totally believable as long as you add in the fact that it was you and the 27 other people that you made up in your head that this happened with. So my dad bumped into his friend at the dog park and they got chatting. I heard my dad mention me being vegan, to which his friend replied, ew, imagine having a vegan for a daughter. What a disgrace. My dad went, rather have a vegan daughter than a racist daughter like yours. Oh, this is a clever way to let everyone know that you're a vegan. They're evolving. So one time my fellow interns and I went to a Sixers game with dollar dogs and I downed like 10 or 11. I was at 9, about to throw up, and the whole section cheered me on, saying I had to go for one more, and I did. Oh my god, yeah, I totally believe this, because that's so amazing, eating 10 hot dogs. You know, it's not like there's people that compete at this stuff and eat like 60 of them, but, you know, let's just assume that nobody's seen those contests, and they think 10 hot dogs is amazing. Then we take a look at the fact that there's no way you got a whole section to stop watching a game that they paid to be at. But I totally believe this story. Alright guys, that's it for the hot post from r/thatHappened. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. If you guys want me to cover any specific subreddits, let me know in the comments down below. Till next time, peace.